Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be speaking about how you can fix your sleep schedule, get 8 hours sleep every single night guaranteed, which is going to boost your recovery and get more gains in the gym. Number one, we're going to run through the negative effects and what you may be suffering with if you are jeopardizing your sleep. Number one is going to be a lack of energy. I've previously went through a phase where I thought that sleep didn't actually affect my energy levels and that coffee was the cure to everything. Let me tell you, after a while you will eventually see a huge crash in your life where you'll get overwhelmed with the amount of work that you're doing compared to the amount of sleep that you're getting, and you're going to completely crash to a stage where you're not going to be able to go to a gym for a week or two until you catch up. So it's best to lock your sleep in right now. Another thing a lot of people don't understand is that testosterone is linked to sleep. Every single hour below 8 hours, you're risking a chance of a 20 to 30% decrease in testosterone every single hour you cut off. And we also have the increase in risk in chronic diseases, and I'm sure you don't want to experience anything like that. Now, the next thing we're going to speak about is how you actually got to this stage and how you built a bad relationship with sleeping. All the habits I speak about in this video is something I got from Atomic Habits, which I'll leave a link in the description in which you can get this book. Since I read this, it really helped me open up my eyes in terms of what bad habits I had throughout the day, and he gave a really good reference which I'll mention in this video. The habits that we have built inside the bedroom may interlink to scrolling on your phone, it may be watching TV, which is actually limiting the whole point of a bedroom, which is for sleeping. So one thing that I used to do is I used to get into bed and I used to give myself an entire hour to watch TV or scroll through social media, when I actually found that the first thing that I used to do when trying to go to sleep was I couldn't get it out of my head of what I was watching on TV or what I may have been doing on social media. So the best thing you can do is take these habits outside of the bedroom. So for an example, I always have a specific spot for a habit that I like portraying in. So for example, it could be watching TV. I always do that in the sitting room and I never watch TV no more in the bedroom. If it's scrolling on social media, I make sure that I do it in a random corner in the room, that is my social media corner. I will continue to watch TV in the sitting room until I feel a bit tired, and then as soon as I feel tired, I will leave my phone there, I'll plug it in the office or something like that. I will go straight up to the bedroom and I will go to sleep. After the first 3 to 4 weeks is a bit weird when you're doing it, but after that, when you've built a habit with the bedroom, as soon as you get into that bed, it's so much easier to fall asleep. So the step-by-step process of stopping these bad habits is finding a direct location for the habits that you're doing inside your bedroom. And a big thing that you want to understand is that you need to create a bulletproof structure if you want to stick to this routine. So for an example, you cannot just be going to bed when you feel like it. You actually need to have a direct time in which you try at least get sleepy for. For an example, I actually have a calendar, and you don't need to go this much in detail, but I find it really helps me. I write out my calendar and a direct time in which I finish work, in which time I have my chill out time, and when I am supposed to go to bed. So for an example, for the last 4 weeks straight, I have been doing a set structure where I finish work at 7 p.m. I come down to the sitting room, I watch TV or do whatever I need to do in terms of winding down till 9 p.m. And then as soon as 9 p.m. hits, it's normally around the time that I get sleepy, I will go up to bed and I will sleep. And to go hand in hand with that, you also need a direct time in which you wake up in order to build this 8-hour sleep routine. So if I get to sleep for 10 p.m. every single night, I set an alarm for 6 a.m., I wake up and I rise at that time. You also need to have a structure that's going to interlink with your actual work schedules as well. You cannot make sure that you have on your calendar that you are to go to sleep an hour after work. It's not going to work, and you need to prioritize wind down time. Now that brings me on to the most important point. What is wind down time? So you need to make sure that you have a certain set schedule where it's 30 to 60 minutes before you actually intend to sleep that you completely de-stress. For an example, a big thing that I'm doing right now is I like playing video games. So what I like to do is I like to have an hour or two where I watch TV, and I also have an hour or two in which I play video games. Then when I go to bed, I'm completely stress-free, I have done my wind down tasks, and I've done something that I enjoy. Now what a lot of people do is straight directly after work they try to sleep, which are have this stress on top of their mind. Or they will cook food, they will eat, and then they'll go straight to bed. And you need to make sure that you have time to completely chill out, de-wind your stress, get into bed with empty head, and you're also going to wake up as well in a better mood because you haven't went to bed with this stress lying across your brain. Now that brings me on to the most important part, which is the benefits that you can expect from actually taking control of your sleep routine. Number one is going to be your boost in mood because you have got the rest that you require. Number two, it's also going to reduce the amount of stress because you're taking control of your life and you're giving yourself a bit of time to completely wind down or sleep as well and get away from all the stressful times in your life. Number three is going to be an increase in concentration because, studies have shown if you are going to sleep longer, the more concentration you're going to have during the day when your brain is actually functioning. Worst thing you can do is cut your sleep down to 5 hours, lack testosterone, lack concentration, lack mood, and just be a walking mess. And of course, this is going to be better for your overall gym progress too. The more rest that we get for our muscle groups, meaning the more growth we're going to get. With that being said, that wraps up my video for today, and if you guys have any questions, drop it down in the comments. I would recommend watching this video next and also hitting subscribe to the channel right here, and I'll see you all in the next one.